Hi guys, I'm in the sophisticated romance room again, and as you know, I love romance, so I'm really having fun with these series. But I wanted to say a little bit today about romance and finding the one in you first. And I know that might not be a very popular concept, but it's a very interesting process, and I wanted to share that with you today because it's a really brilliant time when we look for those things that we look for in other people within ourselves first, and that we don't make relationships with other people the primary relationships necessary in our life, but rather we give space and we give a chance for ourselves to get to know ourselves and to be the one that we focus on for a time anyway, so that we get to know who this person really is, and we get to love this person who we are, so that we become our own hero, we become the one that we fall in love with first, and then a shift can happen, and we may find that we've filled up on all this self-love, and we've actually become the one that is our hero. We become our own knights in shining armour, if you like. And we've become the one that we can depend on and who's really there for us. And all these things we often look for in other people out there. And sometimes we feel that there's a space within us because we haven't found the one out there yet. And or we may have found people that we thought were the one and they turned out not to be. And that was really heartbreaking for us. But when we shore up our own needs with our own love and we become the one for us first, a shift happens, as I mentioned, and we then find that we can attract even more romance into our lives, but we're doing it from a place of true happiness and contentment with who we are. And we're not looking for that space and that gap to be filled up by someone else first, before we can feel whole. Because we need to feel whole within ourselves first. And, we need to integrate that masculine and feminine within, so that we have those aspects already within us, and we've included those energies, the masculine and feminine energies within us, and therefore we feel more whole, more content, and we're not so desperate to look for that energy out there in someone else. And that doesn't mean that we won't attract that energy. In fact, we're more likely to attract that balanced masculine and feminine energy when we've already integrated it within ourselves, and we're not rejecting that energy within ourselves. So I thought it'd be really interesting today to just highlight that we go through this romantic period with ourselves of identifying ourselves as being the one, of supporting ourselves in that role, rather than expecting someone else always to come and fill up those parts of us that we feel unable to fill up for ourselves, and that we think it's a gap that only somebody else can fill. And that's not true at all. And it doesn't mean that we don't appreciate the masculine when we interact with them, or that we don't appreciate the feminine, if you're a man, when we interact with her. It means that we've gained wholeness within first, and we don't see ourselves as having this big hole within us that we're trying to fill up by looking for the one out there first, before we can feel whole and complete in our own power and in our own identity and how we see ourselves, so that we already feel filled up on this love and this lovely romantic feeling before we look for it always externally out there. So I hope you have fun in your desire to find sophisticated romance in your own life, and that you don't forget to have a look for that first in here. As always, stay safe and very, very happy. Bye bye.